I do want to mention first off that if you notice any connection issues with this live stream, please comment in the live chat. It'll save me from wasting my time recording on a bad internet connection. That happened on my last live stream, so I'd really appreciate that. Anyway, comrades, today we're going to be talking about Marx. Do you get it? Some people don't, but we're talking about Cardinal Marx, Cardinal Reinhard Marx of Germany. And he submitted his resignation to Pope Francis. And this actually occurred a few weeks ago. And so I'm going to quote the pillar here. Sometimes I talk about the pillar's questionable opinions, but sometimes they have good stuff. So I'm going to quote the pillar. It says, Marx wrote to the Pope on May 21st offering his resignation. He felt compelled to take personal responsibility for his part in remaining silent, neglecting to act, and over-focusing on the reputation of the Church. It says that Marx did not offer to resign as a cardinal, nor as a member of Pope Francis's Council of Cardinal Advisors, I think which was originally considered the C9, which is responsible for the reform of the Vatican Constitution, nor did he offer to resign as head of the Vatican's Council for the Economy. So this is sort of, I don't know, is it sort of a similar resignation to Cardinal Wuerl, who when Wuerl resigned, he got promoted to the Vatican, and Pope Francis more or less, he regrettably accepted Wuerl's resignation. Pope Francis said, well, you did nothing wrong, and Wuerl got his promotion. And so Marx gets to retain his position at the Vatican. He hasn't expressed any interest in resigning from that position. So will he remain in his position in the Vatican? I don't know. And so if he does, this resignation doesn't mean a whole lot. I mean, he will resign from his diocese, but that's all right. Okay. And so I'm going to go to the Vatican news coverage. In his letter of resignation, Cardinal Marx reflects on the crisis facing the Church in Germany, a crisis he says that arose not only from external causes, but also caused by our personal failure, by our own guilt. My impression, he says, is that we are at a dead end, which, and this is my paschal hope, also has the potential of becoming a turning point. And so I think that he's talking about abuse, but what if he's not? What if he's talking about the church is at a dead end in terms of theology? So this is a particularly concerning point. He says, in the past months, I have repeatedly thought about my resignation, introspected, and tried to make the right decision in prayer and in the spiritual dialogue by discerning the spirits. And further down it says, Cardinal Marx instead is convinced that a turning point out of the crisis is only possible if we take a synodal path, a path which actually enables a discernment of spirits. Which spirits is Cardinal Marx discerning? Is it the Holy Spirit? Is it other spirits? So this is an interesting comment, and the spirits. Yeah, I don't know. And I certainly think that the synodal path is not inspired by the Holy Spirit, but it may be inspired by other spirits. That's my own personal thought. So really, Cardinal Marx, there was no, from what I can see, there was no evidence that he covered anything up, but apparently he's admitting that he did. That's great that he's admitting it, and that's great that he's taking the action to resign. But as I said before, is he going to resign from all his positions? Is he going to, go to a monastery and resign himself to a life of prayer and penance? I don't know. It doesn't seem like it. We'll see what happens. But I think an even larger concern here is, what does this do for the German synodal path? So, as you know, the Germans have defied the Catholic faith. They've defied the Vatican on several things. They gave communion to Protestants, and they gave blessings to LMNOP couples in direct defiance of the Vatican. And the Germans were headed down the synodal path with towards women's ordination, ordaining women as deacons, and all that other stuff that I mentioned. And Cardinal Marx was one of the key players here. So what does that do for the German synodal path? It hurts it. I think it ultimately does. Maybe Pope Francis will appoint another modernist bishop to take Cardinal Marx's place in the diocese, but Um, if he doesn't, if he appoints maybe a Francis moderate, who knows? Well, Francis moderate, that's kind of a funny, what would you call it? Paradox? I don't know. Uh, but certainly, Cardinal Marx was one of the more extreme cardinals. So in Germany, the German bishops have to be a little bit concerned by Cardinal Marx's resignation. And apparently, there's a big investigation going on in all of Germany in regards to abuse by clergy. So I don't really know where this is going to go. It could be a good thing for the church in Germany. I certainly hope for their sake that Germany becomes more Catholic. They turn away from this synodal path. But Cardinal Marx seems to think that's the way to go. And his successor, is his successor going to, uh, go down the same path, go down the same synodal path as Cardinal Marx? Who really knows? So that's all I have for you today. Pretty short video. Stay tuned. We'll find out more information on this. We'll see if Pope Francis accepts Cardinal Marx's resignation. He hasn't even done that yet. So thank you so much for watching. I see Patty says the German synodal path equals the yellow brick road. Yes, that's exactly. I see Cardinal Marx's LMNOP. Oh, there's a lot of opposition to Cardinal Marx. I like it. All right. Why the church in Germany is so lost? What does it matter? Well, it matters for them. I think that's the point. There are Catholics in Germany. A lot of them are SSPX. Let's just pray for those Catholics. Hopefully they'll get a good bishop. It's Mimi out on the left coast of Portland, Oregon. Oh boy. All right. Archbishop Sample. Well, he's a good bishop, I think. I mean, I criticized him a little bit in the last video, but so anyway, all right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. We are the laity, and we will not be silent.